seen it with my own eyes.
Hello there, Internet and you amazing creatures of the beyond. Back to Gothic.
Someone's got to do the
We
work.
have to do more stuff around here.
Who says things
Complicated.
I don't
So we've spoken to all of these guys. I made the screen a bit brighter for you guys from the stream thing. Maybe this will work better, we shall see. Now, this guy is nice to talk to, but right now I don't want to throw the cash away. Let's talk to these guys. Well, actually, let's talk to the landlord.
Hey, come closer. Take a break and have a sip of cool beer. Lord Andre is springing for a few barrels of free beer.
Free beer! Oh my god, you talk too loud.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I'm a novice from the monastery. I run errands for the magicians and also the paladins. I have provided the 3 innkeepers in the city with wine from the monastery.
And then why are we drinking beer?
Who are the 3 innkeepers?
One of them is the good man here behind the bar. Then there is Kerrigan, who has his tavern on the Temple Square, and Cardiff, the owner of the tavern in the Harbor District.
What can you tell me about the monastery?
We novices seek enlightenment in prayer to Innos and learn the principles of faith from the magicians. We serve them as we serve Innos and prepare ourselves for the union with the fire.
No, don't take me to the monastery.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, as long as the paladins don't have any new assignments for me, I can have myself a couple of beers here. What more could you ask?
Drinking on the job.
For the paladins?
Yeah, I report to
Everyone is to begin training in the
city.
skills of combat
At the moment,
immediately and to arm
everything is
himself
quiet.
appropriately.
How are things with the orcs?
No reason to worry. We in the city guard and the paladins have everything under control.
Yeah.
Go home and let us do our work. We're watching over the town and its citizens.
You're not drunk at all.
Would you like another beer?
There's nothing better than a cool ale.
Oh, I agree with that. In a hot summer day.
You were about to say something about the orcs.
Oh yeah, right. The orcs are absolutely no threat to the city. They're stuck in the Valley of Mines, and the pass is held by the paladins. Not even a meat bug could get through there.
Would you like another beer?
Well, I won't say no to a decent pint.
Getting people to talk to us by getting them drunker.
They've even spotted an orc outside of town.
Oh.
Yeah, right. The dangerous orc outside the city. A real monster of an orc. Well, he's bound to attack the city soon. Listen, we'll kick that fat orc in his fat ass if he comes too close to the city. Got it?
I see.
Actually, there's quite a few orcs outside the city.
Would you like another beer?
A tasty bitter ale is absolutely the best. You know, you don't often meet someone who'll treat you to a beer. You're all right.
Oh, thank you.
Would you like another beer?
A tasty bitter.
I think that's all the information we can get out of him.
You know.
Yeah. He's not getting any drunker than this. Herald.
By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen,
Oh, talk to me.
the following decree is hereby enacted. Marshal, don't bother me.
Ah.
I'm on duty.
Don't bother me. Fine, I won't bother you. Now, obviously, To join them, it's gonna be a bit difficult.
How's your duty?
Oh, these boys swing their swords like farmers.
Eh,
But when I'm done with them, every single one of them will be a tough, hard bastard.
I hope so.
I want to join the militia.
So, are you a citizen of the town?
No.
Then Lord Andre won't take you. Sure, you can talk to him, but I don't think he'll make an exception for you.
Well, he can, but it's difficult, that path.
What's it like with the militia?
Lord Andre is our commander now. The militia used to report to the governor. He had no idea what we do here. But Lord Andre knows what he's doing. He takes good care of the men. Everyone who starts here gets some decent armor and a good weapon. And there are bonuses if you've done a good job. He pays a bounty for every criminal captured.
Can you also train me in sword fighting?
Lord Andre has ordered that we train everyone who is in a position to defend the city. But that's only true for combat training. All other kinds of training are reserved for the militia. Can you at least halfway handle a weapon?
I think so.
All right, you can start when you're ready.
Yay! Let's see.
What are the advantages of one- or two-handed weapons?
Quite simple. With a one-handed weapon, you're faster. That can be a considerable advantage in battle. Two-handed weapons are more ponderous. You have to fight with foresight, but you can do a lot more damage when you're hit.
And as I said, in this game versus the previous one, one-handed sword are far more efficient in my opinion.
Where should I start, with one-handed or two-handed weapons?
That's entirely up to you. If you specialize in only one type of weapon, you automatically learn the other at the same time. If,
That's
for
also cool.
instance, you're good at fighting with one-handed swords, but still a beginner with two-handed weapons, your two-handed skills will go up as well whenever you train with a one-hander. In that case, the training is more exhausting than if you train with both types of weapons.
Yeah.
Just start and you'll soon see what I'm talking about.
Let's begin with the training.
Well, I don't have the points. I only have 5. So, and we want the lock-picking stuff, right? Right. Let's talk to Lord Andre. He might give us something important.
I've got an important message for Lord Hagen.
Well, you stand before one of his men. What is this about?
It's about a sacred artifact, the Eye of Innos.
The Eye of Innos. I have never heard of it,
Nah.
but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. If there truly is an artifact of this name, only the highest members of our order would know anything about it. In any case,
That's why I have to talk to Lord Hagen himself.
Lord Hagen receives only paladins, or those who are in the service to paladins. It is beneath his dignity to waste his time with members of the code.
Oh, his dignity.
I want to take up service with the paladins.
Good. I can well use every able man here, no matter what his reasons for joining us. If you place yourself in the service of the paladins, I shall help you get an audience with Lord Hagen. However, I have my orders only to accept citizens of the town into the militia. My commander is afraid that spies or saboteurs could sneak in. He wants to limit the risk this way. Therefore, you must first be a citizen of the town. Whether this rule makes sense or not is disputable, but orders are orders.
Is there a faster way to join you?
You're really serious about this, aren't you? Good. Listen, I have a problem. If you solve it for me, I shall see to it that you are accepted into the militia. But the most important thing is, you must not breathe a word of it to anyone.
What's your problem?
Recently, there have been a number of thefts in the city. Thus far, we have not been able to capture anyone. The thieves are simply too skillful. The scum know their business. I'm sure that we're dealing with an organized gang. It would not amaze me if there were a thieves guild in Corinus. Find the leaders of the gang and hunt them down. Then I shall see to it that you are accepted into the militia, regardless of whether or not you are a citizen. But you must say nothing about our agreement.
Where should I start looking for the thieves?
If I knew that, I'd go there myself.
Mhm.
I can only tell you this much. We recently turned the entire harbor district upside down and found nothing. Absolutely nothing. The people there are not very talkative, particularly if you wear the armor of a paladin. But you are an outsider. They will not distrust you so quickly. You could ask around the harbor first, but be careful. If the people there realize that you are working for the paladins, you will learn nothing.
Yeah, so we have to not wear the armor of the militia or anything like that.
Why are you paladins in town?
The goals of our mission are secret. I can only tell you that there is no danger for the citizens of the town. You need not worry.
Mhm.
What should I do once I found one of the thieves?
If it's a matter of a lackey, a henchman, or some small fry, it would be best if you avoid a fight. You should rather come to me and report. I shall then see to it that the fellow winds up behind bars. The city guard could intervene in an open battle, and you would not have the opportunity of explaining to them what is going on. Furthermore, there is a bounty for every rotten apple you put behind bars. However, if you locate the leader's hideout, well, then you probably won't be able to avoid a fight.
What should I expect with the militia?
Let me make one thing clear. To be a soldier of the militia means much more than strolling through the city in a uniform. It is a dirty and even bloody job. Once you are one of us, a great deal of work will be waiting for you. But it is worth it. Besides the pay, you might someday have the chance of becoming a holy warrior of Innos.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not gonna turn in nobody at the moment, even though I could. And it's really cool that you get this bounty system. But be careful with it. You can knock off some of your more interesting characters you want to talk to and develop further quests. Oh, sorry. I'm out.
What did you want in there? I never want to
What?
see you in there again, capiche?
What? Don't steal from me, please. I didn't do anything. I still have the cash. Come on, get up. Yeah, as I said, they're far more alert when you go into a house now. Okay, his cash is still there. Yeah, and they're way more powerful. I'm gonna go to sleep for a bit to recover the HP. Okie dokie. Save. And let's see now, where should we go next? Oh, there are two more masters we haven't talked to. So if talk to these guys, you're gonna be done later. We're gonna talk to you later. He's fun, but I don't wanna spend cash right now. Actually, do you have anything else to say to me?
What do you know about the bandits who robbed Hakon the merchant?
Oh, that matter. Don't remind me. As far as we know, they're responsible for a lot of the attacks on merchants. Those rats have crawled into their holes and don't dare come out again. Once we were able to track them down and follow them, but we broke off pursuit in the woods outside the city. There's too many beasts roaming around there. It's much too dangerous.
So there, as the game said, there are many splinter cells of these thugs and thieves and so on. So they act independently and in certain regions. So if you hunt one down, the others one are gonna be okay. Let's talk to these guys first. Actually, this is a really cool quest, and it's actually very easy to do, but you have to be sneaky and know how to do it. There are a couple of ways to do it, but I'm gonna show you the easy way.
Hey! Do you sell weapons too?
Forget it. Everything I make goes to the paladins or the militia. I have a commission for 100 swords from Lord Hagen. He wants to equip the city guard.
I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice. Brian will have finished his apprenticeship soon, and then he'll leave the city. Are you good for anything?
If you mean, do I know blacksmith's work?
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh.
Sooner or later, the orcs are going to lay siege to the city. And then the only men who will count will be those who are in a position to defend our city. And I won't take on anyone as an apprentice who will disgrace me by fleeing the city with the women and the good-for-nothing, instead of holding the fort here with the men.
I'm not a good-for-nothing.
Those are big words. Can you back them up with big deeds?
Ah.
What are you getting at?
Bring me an orc's weapon. Orcs have been seen near the city. With a bit of luck, you won't have to search for long.
Yeah.
If you manage to bring one down, I'll take you on as an apprentice, provided the other masters agree.
Okay.
Can I sign on?
The other masters may well approve, but I will only give you my approval when you first prove that you're good for something.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind.
Hey,
New in the city, huh? I'm Brian. I'm Master Harrod's apprentice.
what's it like to be the smith's apprentice?
Why do you ask? You want to be my successor?
Maybe.
Why not? I'm almost done with my apprenticeship, and then I'm gonna leave the city. But not because of Harrod. He is a good master. I've learned a lot from him.
It's nice that people are so accepting.
Why do you want to leave this town?
Because the people here are getting on my nerves above all the other masters. I still remember what a fuss it was getting accepted as an apprentice with Harrod. Really, every one of them jokers had something to say about it. I want to decide for myself who I can or can't take as an apprentice.
Who are the other masters?
Well, there's Thorben the carpenter, Vosper the bowmaker, Constantino the alchemist, and Matteo. He sells armor, but first of all, he's a merchant. All the masters have their houses here on the street, and Constantino's shop is in the underpass to the temple.
Tell me more about Master Harrod.
He's not in a very good mood right now. A few days ago, the paladins came and ordered him to forge some swords for them. They've even forbidden him to sell swords to anyone else. Now he slaves day and night to finish the job as quickly as possible.
Can I buy weapons from you?
Not really, I'm merely an assistant. The weapons that are made in this smithy are collected by the militia and taken to the towers where they're stored. But if it has anything to do with forging, maybe I can help you.
What can I get from you?
I can sell you some steel billets.
We could, but I think we still need to learn how to use them. Or maybe not. Well, I'm gonna keep them for now. I don't wanna waste them. Let's talk to Constantino. Well, this is the one we want to work for, but he is a pain.
What do you want? I'm not giving anything away.
Oh? Let's see where.
Show me your wares.
So, pure life energy. These are recipes, sorry. Pure mana. They're quite expensive. The divine power of the stars. A goblin bone for some reason. And wings. And then we could buy this. But well, I'm gonna buy them now. And maybe you'll replenish your thing afterwards. You can also sell good herbs here, but don't sell them.
I'm looking to become an apprentice.
Really? And with whom are you going to sign up?
I want to sign up with you as an apprentice.
With me? No! I have already had the dubious pleasure once of grappling with an apprentice. That's quite enough for me. I invested several years in his education, and in the end, the poor fool up and poisoned himself. Go sign up with one of the other masters.
Well, at least he's thoughtful.
What will I have to do to become your apprentice?
I couldn't bear yet another dilettante on my conscience. There is a multitude of herbs out there. Used in different variations, they develop the most diverse effects. You probably don't even know half of them.
That's true.
Here. This is a list of the most important plants. Bring me a plant of each kind, and I might reconsider taking you in as an apprentice.
Well, this is gonna be sneaky. In order to get, let's check the plant list. So it's oh no, sorry, not this one. Constantino lists of herb. So healing plant, healing herb, healing root, 3 things of healing. Fire nettle, fireweed, fire root. Goblin berry, dragon root, which is very difficult to get. I mean, not difficult, but it's sneaky, you have to find it. Snapperweed, meadow knotweed, king's sorrel. So all of these are very expensive, but note, let a potential apprentice fetch the plants for you. That way you'll know if he's any good. Regards, Zuris. So Zuris is our main character that tells us where the plants are, as we already talked to him last time. But I know where the king sorrel is. I just need to go collect plants that are nearby here. Now, the guy said that all of the weapons that guy does are here behind the tower doors, but we cannot open them right now. We'll have to learn higher lock-picking skills, and we shall. Here's a tip. You can go through this door at the beginning of the game without being stopped, unlike the first one. Also, if you think it's gonna be difficult here, you can talk to this guy. And we're gonna talk to him.
Hey, not so fast. Strolling about alone out here is dangerous.
Yeah.
Where do you come from?
From the city.
Well. Then what are you doing wandering around out here, so far from the protective walls of the city?
What's so dangerous out here?
Many things.
Yeah.
For one thing, there's the bandits. They'd polish off a little wimp like you for breakfast. If the bandits don't catch you, then the wild animals in the forest or the mercenaries roaming around will take care of you. So first get yourself some decent armor before you go out.
That's
I
a
bet
good
you'll
advice.
be yelling for my help after the next bend in the road.
Just assuming I would fall back on your help. How much would that cost me?
I am merely a humble servant of the king, and would not enjoy fleecing a helpless little citizen of the realm. But you know, if you put it like that, I wouldn't object to a little financial backing to promote our future business relationship. 10 gold coins should do for starters. What do you think?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Here's your 10 coins.
Terrific. If you need my help, you know where to find me. But please do me a favor. Don't come to me with any trifles. I can't stand that, you hear?
So basically, if you bring something very powerful, like, I don't know, Shadow Beast or something, and you make it crawl and chase you all the way here, he's gonna run away. He's not gonna help you. So keep that in mind. Whoa, where's my weapon? Why is it not equipped? Oh, look at this sword. 10 dexterity. Oh. 15 points. Okay, so this is the only thing that I can equip. Where's my bow? Why? Oh, because I've been beaten, that's why. Okay, we have 15 arrows. I think we can use... I think arrows work more or less the same as in the first one. They do, but unfortunately Oh my gosh. I'm gonna die. Let's use the wolf knife. These are not young creatures anymore. Only one, only one. Well, at least he's gonna help me. Can you help me? Please help me. Do I get the experience though? No. Ah, it's so bad. Okay, so I'm not. I'm a wimp. I am a wimp. So there's a lot of stuff around here, and right now we cannot fight many things. I mean, earlier we were fighting the young creatures, the cubs, although they are quite big. Now, everything we need is around this place except the King Sorrel, but we're gonna get the King Sorrel if these creatures don't munch me. The only thing is the dragon root. I don't remember where it is. I think it's here, but could be wrong. And sometimes it's difficult to just see the plant, so you have to kind of scan around and stuff. Rusty axe. Arrows? Okay, I don't like that. No, no! Rats, 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 rats. I'm not sure I can kill them. Maybe one? Let's try. I mean, I'm not a very good fighter, so be careful that you cannot see them quite well. Okay, let's see if we can take this one. Giant rat. Damn it! No, no, we can't. Half of our HP is bye-bye. Yeah, we'll definitely need to learn a bit. Now, I wanna see if I can get through here. Oh, mole rats. No, no! Leave me alone, you fat mole rat. I wanna see if I could. You left me alone? Well, I don't know. Elder. Huh. There is a cave nearby, but I'm not sure if we can get in. Leave me alone, please. And we do not have enough arrows. Can they climb this? Ah, decisions. What should I do? Where was that cave? It was nearby here. No. Oh, gold? Healing. Oh, that was the only thing that we could collect? A piece of gold? No, I'm not sure. Is this cave uninhabited or do we have to... We have to run. Yeah, this is why Gothic 2 is so much... This is like the equivalent of going from Fallout 3 to Fallout New Vegas. It's like, remember those amazing death crawlers? Like in the first one, well, you could cheese them through. In the second one, when they went through you, you felt the tidal wave. pulling you into the abyss and feeling all of your atoms being disintegrated once you got hit by one of those monsters. So yeah, the same is here. Okay, so I don't know where the freaking dragon root is, but let's see what do we have right now. Maybe I do have a dragon root. Meadow not with. Oh, we have dragon root. Perfect. We only need, I think, the King Sorrel. So King Sorrel is not that far. I'm gonna go. Oh, did I talk to you? I think I did. Yeah, so we need to learn better sword fighting. We need better armor. This is Adanos.
And so he set himself between his brothers in order to reconcile their dispute.
No, he insisted he knew better.
I get so worked up.
Now, of course, I know the tricks on how to be hacky and stuff and kind of trap the creatures and just kill. But that's not fun. That's cheesy. We want to have like the nice experience. Let's go get the King Sorrel, and maybe we can create that apprenticeship. But I'm not gonna hurry too much into it. We still need to do the other ones though. To get the extra experience. I don't want to jump through the hoops. I don't remember if some of those things remain there in place. Oh, no, we don't want to fight that field raider. He's not very young, and he's kind of strong for us right now. Oh, what's this? Let's see if we can sneak. Meat, not weed. Okay, perfect. So now we only have to find the King Sorrel. There was a elder bag here with coins, but I already picked it up when I went for the tablet last time. Now King Sorrel should be around here somewhere. Hope not there. I think this is it. Yep. So it only spawns after you talk to Zuris. Before that, it doesn't. So when you're looking for it, the tablet is in the general area. That's the King Sorrel is. So it's kind of quest related in a way. So it's nice that things are set up in a logical way. Did I open that satchel though? A leather bag. Well, could. I get extra cash. And we can also sell some stuff. Let's go get our porridge. Or soup or whatever it was.
Hey, you! Can you give me something to eat?
Here, take this.
The stew. Nom nom nom. We'll have to go into Lord Andres' place and read that thing. But we'll do it a bit later. Damn, we're progressing really slow at the beginning. It's a bit tough because it's difficult to grasp onto experience right at the start. And as we saw, all creatures are strong. And we're wimpy. But we need to do more exploration anyway. And I'll show you some cool stuff. And until we learn some better skills, well, I definitely need that experience. Actually, maybe I should have gone to Cavalier, or maybe he already left, I'm not sure. Now, we should go into the Harbor District. And in the Harbor District there are quite a lot of quests to be done. Now, this is the introductory guy. Oh, he's not gonna speak to us?
What do you want?
I wanted to have a look around here.
And where exactly are you headed?
What interesting things are there to see here?
There's a cat house here and a tavern. The landlord's name is Cardiff. If it's information you want, he'll be the right person to talk to.
Okay.
Do you need money, by the way?
Are you giving it away?
No, but right across the street here is the house of Lamar, the moneylender. I'm sure he'll give you a few gold pieces. Just go ahead.
Do you work for Lamar?
Smart kid.
Has anything exciting happened lately?
Not long ago, the city guards turned the entire harbor district upside down. They were searching for stolen property. There've been plenty of thefts here lately, especially in the better quarters. They're obviously trying to blame the poor suckers at the harbor for everything.
Has anything exciting?
Not long ago.
Oh, it's the same thing.
Actually, I was on my way to the upper quarter.
Yeah, right. And I was about to board a ship and have it take me to the king for an audience. People like you and me haven't been allowed in the upper quarter since the paladins came.
Are you a citizen of this town?
If you mean do I live here, yeah. But still they won't let me into the upper quarter. Only the tops can get in there, or the merchants and craftsmen from the lower end of town. The people from the harbor district don't carry much weight in Corinth. There isn't even a regular militia patrol down here.
Well, that's good information. Now, here's a tip, but again, this is kind of cheesy. You could take the money from the landlord and then destroy him. But you have to do it in a sneaky way. And his wife is over here, so she has to be inside as well. But I don't know. I'm gonna just roleplay it. I'm not gonna force things. Going this way, it's gonna be tough. There are some really tough fights over there. But here, there's some really interesting things. And I'll show you one of the best NPCs in the whole game. It's not Carl. Carl! It's this guy. Ignas. He sells you one of the best spell scrolls ever, which is the Dark Snapper. But of course you have to do some missions for him. Potions of Magic, we already know this. And you can also steal some stuff from here when he is sleeping. Now this is way better than in the first one, because here people actually sleep, so you can sneak in while they're sleeping. So let's talk to Ignas.
Ah, you've come just in time. I'm in need of an assistant for a magic experiment. I'm sure you're eager to do me a favor for science's sake.
Yeah.
Easy, my friend. First tell me what this is all about.
I have developed a new spell. A spell of oblivion. I've already successfully carried out a few practical applications, but I don't have time to conduct one final test.
What's in it for me if I help you?
I could teach you how to brew potions.
That's also cool.
I know the recipes for healing and mana essences, and for potions of great speed.
Now, this is a cool thing. For example, if you skip on Cornelius and you don't become his apprentice, you can come here and learn the brewing of the potions. But for the permanent ones, I think you need a recipe. So I think that's the only prerequisite that is required to do those potions.
Tell me more about the experiment and the spell.
The spell serves to make somebody forget various events. So far, I have only found it to work when the person in question is angry, for instance. If he has been knocked down or robbed. Even if he has only witnessed such a deed, he will scratch it from his memory.
So I'm supposed to knock somebody down and then put a spell on him?
Nah. What happened to the voice? Well.
Yes, I think you get the point. But to make somebody angry, it is enough to attack him. You don't have to knock him down. So you should pick somebody who's by himself. If there are other people around, you'll just get into trouble with Lord Andre. Also, it makes no sense to cast the spell on someone who's busy attacking you. Wait for the right moment.
Yeah, that's an easy one. I think we could go on and do it on Cavalor, if he's still there.
Alright, I'll try out that spell.
Then take this spell scroll and find yourself a suitable guinea pig.
A guinea pig.
Once you're done, come back and tell me how it went.
Now, the Black Snapper thing is really good if you want to cheese the game out and just transform into a Black Snapper. Exterminate everyone on the map. Well, creatures mostly, not the NPCs. And then you get the maximum experience just from chapter 1. And you can even go into the Black Mine and the Dark Valley, sorry, and Valley of the Mine and do all of that. Now, the same thing applies here. If you go and skip on the guy that teaches you smithing, this guy can teach you smithing.
What led you into this poor area? What are you looking for here?
Or actually, he was teaching you strength something.
I'm just looking around a bit.
Ha! Then you better not be caught looking around. It would seem that we have a few thieves in the city who would steal stuff from the rich people. The city guard recently turned the harbor district upside down, but they didn't find anything.
What do you know about the thieves?
Nothing, but all the citizens are scared and have become distrustful, particularly towards strangers. Don't get caught in strange houses. No one takes kindly to that. Yeah, you gotta protect yourself against thieves. A sturdy cudgel works best.
Now, if they're gonna remake the first Gothic, they should really work on people sleeping in their bed or protecting their houses a little bit better, like in Gothic 2.
Can you teach me anything?
I'm forging a few fittings and nails and repairing iron pots. But I don't know enough about forging weapons to be able to instruct you. If you want to learn that, go see Harad. He sure knows how to forge weapons. But if you want to train your muscles a bit, well, I can help you with that.
Yeah, he teaches you with strength.
How much do you charge for the training?
50 gold pieces, and I'll help you to become stronger.
No, not yet. Now, what I want to show you guys, something really, really amazing. You can climb on the houses. And if you're on the roofs, and you just move around a bit, you will eventually find stuff on these roofs. Well, apparently not on these roofs, but on the other side, I suppose. It's cool that they gave this vertical exploration style to the game, where you can just climb stuff and just look around. Come on, are there no stuff on the roofs? There should be. Oh, there we go. Silver ring. I don't remember if there was anything on this one. Probably not. I can't remember all of the places. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff, but it's cool. It's cool. I check. Yeah, I check this ones. Let's check this side. We can see something up there. So let's see how we can climb up. Oops. Here's something, a pitch. Not extraordinarily valuable. Oops. But still, it's there for us to get. Honey! What else do we have? Oh, leather satchel. Nice. Anything else? I think there was one more thing somewhere. Oh, there we go, a scroll of eyes. And I'm not sure, I think there's only one more item. Yeah, here it is, another leather satchel. You can also climb from this side. Oh, would you look at this? A meadow knotweed. Now down here you can go and do some fighting if you want, but we're not prepared for that. Oh, a potion. Thank you. This shall come in handy. Now... Oh, I think I missed something over there. By accident. Let's see, hop. Hop. And there we go, another leather satchel. I thought there was a necklace somewhere, but I suppose not. Oh, there's an... What's that? Did I miss it, or did it spawn after we jumped there? Oh. Oh no, it's just a glitch. Yeah, probably it's from the fireplace. Yeah. Crazy. Okay, so let's see. Let's open the leather bags. 50 gold. Another 50, that's really nice. So we have quite a bit of stuff. His wife is inside. Let's talk to Fenya.
You look a little worse for wear. Haven't slept in a long time, have you?
Too long, I should say.
Come on, step closer. With me, you'll find what you're looking for.
Show me your wares.
You don't have apples. I'll take this leather flask. Don't need the water.
You said that you've got what I need. Does that include information?
But of course. What is it you want to know?
Are there any other traders here at the harbor?
If you keep to the left at the quay, you'll find Helvor, my husband. He sells fish. On the other side, there's Brahim, the cartographer.
Okay, so the cartographer can get us a map. That's very important.
Do you know anyone from the upper quarter?
If I knew anyone up there, I wouldn't be standing here, my boy.
That's strange.
What interesting things are there to see around the harbor?
Well, if you're looking for some action, you can go down to Cardiff's Inn at the quay. There's always something brewing there. You can hardly miss it. The guy standing by the entrance there will certainly draw your attention to it. Besides that, there's the large ship of the Paladins, the King's stately war galley. That one's really worth seeing. You'll find it if you keep left at the quay and then pass under the high rock face.
Has anything exciting happened lately?
You could say so. It wasn't that long ago. A thief ran by here. He must have stolen a bow in the lower part of the city. Of course, the militia came here way too late, like always. He got away from them, just jumped into the harbor, and he was gone.
That's another important piece of information. Now, if we're gonna go here into the pub, we're gonna have a fight. We're not ready for that fight. So let's find... I know there is something here. No, not you. Not you. I think you. No, not you. Where is she? Maybe her? Yeah, her.
What are you cooking there?
Oh, fish soup. It's not all that tasty, but at least it's hot. You can try a plateful, if you like.
Thank you.
Could you cook me some soup?
I cook for everybody. For you too, if you want. All you need to do is bring me a fish.
Bring me a fish.
What can you tell me about the city?
Most citizens in this town are afraid of thieves. Therefore, it's not a good idea to enter strange. But if you're looking for a place to stay overnight, you're welcome to sleep in my hut. There's an
Aren't you
extra
afraid
bed
of thieves?
that you can have.
Oh. What's happening? The game is skipping
The only
things.
valuable thing that I ever owned has already been taken.
Oh.
Oh, someone stole my statue of Innos.
Interesting. Maybe we shall find that statue and bring it back. Or another statue. Okay, so we have to bring her a fish. I'll get a fish later on. But since she let us sleep in, and she also has a chest here, I don't know if we can open it.
I know nothing about picking locks.
Yeah, that's true. As I said, we're wimpy. But let's sleep a bit. So, let us look for a fish. I know exactly where fishes are. We could technically buy fish, but oh, that's a snapper behind this wall. I could hear him. Now here's the brothel. No, there's the brothel. This guy sells fish, but we don't want that at the moment. The paladins are not gonna let us do much here. I don't think we're allowed to go in. I think we can talk to... Huh? We're allowed? Maybe we're not allowed here? Oh, yeah. Let's talk to this guy.
Hey, you!
Hey, you. You have no business up here. Only paladins and those of us in the militia have access here.
What's up here, then?
This is the provisions store of the Royal Guard of the Paladins. I am the provisions master here, and I'm responsible for seeing to it that none of the paladin stuff goes astray. And you're not wanted here, so keep your hands to yourself or I'll chop them off.
Okay, okay.
Can you sell me any of the paladin stuff?
You want to buy? Let's say that if you could compensate me for the trouble that will arise from the paladin's things wandering off, then we might be able to do business.
Does that happen often? Things going astray?
As long as the provisions master says that everything is right, no.
I see.
So he's like, don't steal anything, I'll do that for you.
All the crates still there?
Don't touch anything or I'll call the watch. Got it?
I got it.
What do you have to offer?
Then pay attention.
Now he has some really powerful scroll, like Holy Arrow is super awesome, but mana required 100. We're nowhere near that. Then he has Holy Light, which is meh, just normal. But these are like special scrolls. These are Paladin scrolls, so they're different. Mole rat fat. I think this one is used for something, but I can't remember exactly what. Ring of magic. That's actually quite interesting. We could get something like that. And medium healing, which is better than the normal healing. And again, why the hell is it requiring 400? What the hell? That's expensive. 400 mana. Interesting. Long sword, damn, these are all strong. Maybe militia short sword. I think we can 10, 20. Let's see what our sword is doing. Oh, our is doing 1030, that's better. Besides, we're not yet versed with the one-handed. Actually, what does this do? 1030 as well. Oh. But it's a two-handed weapon though. Okay. No, this knight isn't particularly interested to talk to us. Where are the chests? I thought there were some chests here. No? Well, apparently they're not. And what we would like to do... Let's get some fish. And there's plenty of fish around here, we just have to be a bit careful. If you go around this place, you'll find a lot of stuff to collect. Well, mostly are useless, but they can come in handy. Look, raw meat. Let's collect it. And we can even cook it here. Then we have fish, we have wine, we have bread. A healthy breakfast. And we have more fish here. And even more fish. And oh, what is this? Gaper clam. Now if you have... where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where are you? I can't see it. Is it this one? No. Okay, if you have a knife, I think, or a sharp thing, you could open it up. And we got a pearl. Well, obviously it's not gonna give us a pearl all the time. But 120. So it's worth looking for these things around. Spiny clam. Let's see what the spiny clam has to offer.
Nothing there.
Nothing. So just look for these tiny things. I mean, they're all around if you know where to... Oops, oops, oops. Be careful. Oh, come on. And this clam. Another pearl. Nice. I don't remember if we needed pearls for any particular quest, but we could sell them and get some nice cash out of them. Now let's talk to this guy. Oh, look at this. Another medal. Nice.
Hey, you! You're a fisherman?
Now, how did you ever guess that?
I don't know.
Can't you simply leave me alone? Don't take it personally, but I haven't been too happy lately. It's that militia.
Oh?
Trouble with the militia?
Those bastards keep coming here and taking whatever they want. Last week, they made off with my entire catch. It's for a good cause. I know that everybody's got to fend for himself since the farmers have stopped trading. And of course, sometimes people just go hungry. Small wonder that they're snatching the fish from right under my nose. But if they keep doing this, I won't even have enough to feed myself.
Have you talked to the paladins about this?
Are you joking? Do you really think they'd be interested if a poor devil like me has his problems with the militia?
Maybe I can help you.
I don't know. I suppose you'd have to know somebody from the militia who has connections to the Paladins. The Paladins will hardly buy the fish from me.
I shall see what I can do. Can you tell me something about the missing people?
My friend William started hanging out with a bunch of shady characters. And where did it get him? One day he simply didn't show up for work. And that's the last we saw of him.
Your buddy William has disappeared?
So he has. He's a fisherman, but a little too big for his boots, I should add. He should have stayed well away from that bunch.
When did you last see him?
Only a few days ago.
Maybe he just went out to sea to fish.
That's not very likely. His boat is still moored in the harbor.
What's he been up to?
William had some shady dealings with those crooks. I think it was all about contraband that he sold to the bastards.
Oh.
What bastards would those be?
I don't know who they are or what their business is here in Corinus. I only know the place where they met up with William. I just happened to see William there when I was fishing in the bay.
Well, do tell.
Where exactly is that meeting place?
There's a bay opposite the harbor, north of here. You can only reach it by boat or swim. There's a beach there and a small fishing camp. That's where I saw them.
I think I've heard enough.
Spare yourself the effort. I don't believe you'll find him.
So, how are the fish biting?
I've seen better times. Too little to live on, too much to die.
Yeah, this is a very important character for that particular investigative quest. Oh, I can't use this pad? I can. It's just not showing up on the...
What with?
Oh, that's it? Now, he gave us a very important piece of evidence, of information. And we'll have to play around a bit. I know exactly where that place is, but we don't have a map. So another important thing is if you go around this place, there should be more clams. Now this is the ship. It's actually very easy to get on the ship. Because you don't have to use the entrance, you could just... Well, if you're better versed... Well, you could climb on something and jump there, you know, or you can go on that crane. There are many ways to jump on the ship. Of course, they're gonna beat the heck out of you, so don't go there. Although you could sneak on the ship if you're super sneaky. But it's tricky. Water pearl. Sulfur. Well, it's all RNG, so... Did I collect everything? Okay, so other things we can find here. If you go on this spear... Like at the beginning, you're a scavenger. You have to just look for stuff. If I remember correctly, there should be something here. A bolt. Another saw. We could sell that saw. Silver ring. Old coin. Old coins are not worthy. If I remember correctly. Lump of ore. Oh. Rusty sword. I believe that's all. So we've gotten some stuff. Oh, other bolts. These bolts might come in handy later, I suppose. Hey. Oh no. Don't get stuck, please. Pretty please. I like the epic music of this area for the ship. It's actually quite nice. Now, there is quite a bit of stuff here. You can even sleep. This shack is not occupied. But they're not occupied for a very good reason, and we'll discover that reason. There is some fish soup. I like that we can collect it from the ground and it's like, it's okay, I think it's edible. More fish. Fishy fish fish. Another fish. Now the problem here is that the area is kind of occupied by somebody. Very, very nasty to us. You see that lizard? You could climb one of those shacks over there and try to snipe it with arrows, but it will require quite a few arrows. And it's tricky to hit the bastard because he can go inside the house and you cannot see underneath you. Sorry about that. You could also try to snipe it from over this pier if you're lucky. And it will try to go around and these guys will jump in and try to kind of fight it, but depends. Actually, can I even? Yeah, you could, but it's difficult. And I think there's something extra around here. Now going on the ship is really not worth it. There are some chests that are blocked and I think you require quite a bit of lockpicking to do it. Oh, nothing? We can sit on the bench, that's nice. Also, when you're swimming through the water, but we'll discover that later, you will see some fishes. I don't think they attack you. You come very determined. Okay, we've investigated this area. There's still more shells and whatever in that area. But for now, everything should be okay. So, what's next? Maybe we should see the cartographer. We're taking this game nice and slow, we don't have to rush me. The thing is to enjoy it, we'll take in the town, all of its inhabitants. As you can see, there is a clear distinction between the hierarchy of citizenship in here. These are like the very poor. Then in the middle you have the middle class, obviously, and on top you have the rich class. And you can see the discriminations here and there. I think we could talk to this guy about the fisherman's issues. I think. Yeah.
Farum the fisherman has problems with the militia. The boys are constantly stealing from him.
And what do I have to do with it?
You have a certain amount of influence up here with the paladins. Farum needs your protection. He's willing to give you a part of his catch for it.
I see what you mean. Fish. As if I didn't have enough crap to deal with. Tell your pal he should come to me and tell me exactly what's up with the militia. I'll take care of it.
Good. Okay. Nice bunch of experience here.
Hey, you! I know how to resolve your trouble with the militia.
And how would that be?
Martin, the provisions master of the Paladins, wants to hear your story about the militia and the fish.
And you think he can make the militia leave me alone?
At least, that's what he said.
Great, thank you. I cannot give you much, but wait. I found this strange blue stone on one of the islands off the coast of Corinus. I don't think it's worth a whole lot, but someone like you will certainly find a use for it.
Aquamarine. That's really nice. Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Now, those islands on the distance that we do not see very well, they are explorable, but we have to swim to them, which we will do later on. We're not prepared for those journeys yet. So if you're curious, you can just go there to have a look around. Although keep in mind, they're quite far away, even though they don't look so, but you will have to swim a bit. I have a friend here nearby. Well, actually, maybe we should talk to this guy. He might have some valuable information.
Hey, do you need fish? Get your fish here, fresh from the depths of the sea.
Yeah.
That's all just
From your
Show me your fish.
So, this guy will sell you some very special fish if you're sneaky. But we'll see that about that later.
Can you tell me something about those missing people?
Missing people? This is a harbor, pal. Things like that are bound to happen. The sea is treacherous and bound to claim a life now and then. Captains of large vessels will always sign on new sailors in a large seaport such as Corinus to complete their cruise. And if they don't find any volunteers, some people may get dragged off against their will, and then they're gone.
Oh.
That's all just gossip.
Are you missing someone?
Me? No.
Sounds like a Khajiit from Skyrim.
Do you know of anyone who's gone missing?
No idea. Ask the shipbuilders.
What ship would that have been?
Good question. Not many ships have come into Corinus lately. That's true.
Interesting. Okay, the shipbuilders are over there. This is the brothel, but we don't have enough cash for that. But that will come in handy. Now, here's a friend that we might want to talk. Oh, not this one. This one.
I must be crazy.
Lars.
What are you doing here?
Hey, Lars, you old scoundrel. How did you get here?
I was able to escape to the Valley of Mines just in time, together with Lee and some of the other boys. You remember Lee, don't you?
Yeah, of course I remember Lee.
Of course I remember Lee.
I got out of the colony with him then, just after the barrier was destroyed. He and his boys are now on the farm of Onar, the landowner. He made a deal with the farmer. He and his boys defend the farm, and Onar feeds them in return.
Okay, Vatras sent me.
Vatras sent me. He told me to come to you when I needed help.
So you've already been to see Vatras? You must have made a lasting impression on him. Otherwise, he certainly wouldn't have volunteered my name. Especially not since the matter with those missing people still hasn't been resolved. Tell me what you need.
Vatras gave me this ornament to bring to you. He said it is to be taken back.
Of course. It's up to me, as usual. I might have known. I'll have to walk halfway across the island to take it back to the water mages.
Let's not do that. Yet. That's spills into the DLC part. But he will take us there. It's really cool. I mean, it's good if you want to get the free experience, because he's gonna take everything on site, but and it's good to see the land and the way there, but it's too early. And we'll go there, don't worry, we'll use him.
What exactly do you do here at the harbor?
I can't talk about that. Vatras would have my head.
Vatras said you could help me join a community.
Getting tired of being the underdog, are you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I see your point. I can exert my influence with the mercenaries if you want to join Lee. And I'm sure we can find a way to get you into the monastery soon. But the easiest thing would certainly be for you to join the militia.
Yeah.
Which community do you prefer?
The militia.
The militia.
Yes, I can imagine you'd like that, eh? Read the law to other people while you're pocketing their purses. The paladins have set up their provisions store by the harbor. Their provisions master is a good friend of mine.
Oh.
Maybe he can do something for you. His name is Martin.
Okay, that's a nice piece of evidence. Of information, sorry. He can also teach you stuff.
Do you know anything about a thieves' guild in town?
The questions you ask. Of course, there's a thieves' guild here, just like in every big city. And every petty pickpocket or fence is probably connected to it somehow.
Yeah.
Do you know where I can find the thieves' guild?
No offense, but even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you anything. These people usually react very sensitively to things like that. If you want to get involved with them, you should be very careful.
That's true.
Can you teach me something?
Sure. I can help you become stronger and more dexterous if you like.
Yeah, it's better to learn to be strong from this guy than to use the guy that asks you for 50 gold.
Tell me more about Lee and his mercenaries.
What do you want to know?
How do I find the landowner's farm?
It's quite simple. You leave the seaport by the east gate and then follow the path towards the east. I can take you there if you want.
No, not yet.
Why aren't you with Lee and his mercenaries?
But I am, just not on the farm. You could say I'm our outpost in the city. We don't want the ship to sail without us.
What ship were you talking about?
It's on the open sea harbor, behind the cliffs. Lee and a few of his people really want to get away from here, but that can take a while.
Why?
You'd better ask Lee about that. If you meet him, he's got plans.
He's got plans.
Tell me more about the mercenaries.
Well, if you're as tough as you were back then, you shouldn't have any problems with them. Most of them are ruffians, and if you can't stand up to them, you won't get far. If you're squeamish, you don't have a chance of joining them.
We are very squeamish.
Do you know why the paladins are here?
Nobody knows for sure. Lots of people think it's because of the orcs, but I think there's another reason. It probably has something to do with the old penal colony.
I need your help.
And what exactly were you thinking of?
That doesn't surprise me.
It's totally obvious.
I need a better weapon.
There's nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid. Have you tried the marketplace?
That's nothing new.
What about some better armor?
Mateo sells armor, but he'll probably charge you an arm and a leg for it. There is a way you could get it cheaper, though, if you don't mind pulling a fast one on the militia.
What do you mean?
There's a storage area next to Mateo's house, but all the merchandise has been confiscated by the militia. Go to Zurus at the marketplace and get yourself a sleeping spell. Then you send the guards off to Dreamland. I'm sure you'll find some decent armor among Mateo's stock.
Really sneaky.
I need some money. Don't we all? Sorry, but I have none to give you. But Lamar, the moneylender, still owes me a favor.
Oh.
Go to him and borrow whatever money you need. I'll take care of the rest. You'll find Lamar in the harbor district, where it borders on the lower part of town.
So we can get free cash? Interesting, I think.
What exactly do you do here at the harbor?
I can't talk about that. Vatras would have my head.
Oh, come on.
About those missing people.
Nobody ever asks.
Tell me what you know.
The first was William, one of the fishermen here in Corinus. One day, he simply didn't return. At first, we thought that one of those sea monsters out there had eaten him in his boat for breakfast. But not too long afterwards, other people started disappearing from the town and the surroundings. Pretty random events, though. Everyone's at a loss so far. The way it looks, we'll just have to wait until we finally stumble across a clue.
Isn't this a case for the militia?
The militia is pretty useless if you ask me. They're never going to clear this up. The missing people have just vanished into thin air.
Interesting. I can take the ornament for you there. No. Huh. This guy will come in handy later.
Hey, you!
Oh, you landlubber. Looks like you're stranded here. You look a bit pale around the gills. Never mind, my lad. All you need is a good stiff sea breeze.
I think.
What are you doing here?
Back when I was a young man,
Ah, no, it's not this one.
I went to sea and rode through many a big storm. No big deal, not at all. But that old tower came closest to what I call a home. I haven't been up there in ages.
Why not?
Ever since these scallywags took over my lighthouse, I haven't dared get closer to it than 20 feet. Really bad rabble, that. They're criminals from the Valley of Mind, you know. There was this big bang on the other side of the mountains, and they swarmed all over the land like flies. Now they're hiding out everywhere, even in my lighthouse. I think they're on the lookout for any ship they can raid. Ah, let them. Then at least they'd be out of my tower.
So, us taking the barrier down, we released all the criminals out of the penal colonies, even the worst ones.
Do you come to town often?
I always say a town is only as good as its harbor. A harbor is the gate to the world. That's where everyone meets and where everything starts. Once the harbor goes to the dogs, the rest of the city will follow soon.
Tell me about the harbor.
The harbor of Corinus isn't what it used to be. There's nothing but riffraff hanging about. The ships don't come anymore, and trade is dead. This harbor's about to go under.
So why don't you leave?
Nobody would take an old sea dog like me on his ship these days. Most people think that old Jack's got the gout in his rotten old bones.
And? Are they right?
Balderdash. Once I've got those planks beneath me feet again, I'll feel like a young whippersnapper.
Whippersnapper.
What do you mean by riffraff?
Look at them, the lazy rabble. Most of them don't even know what work is. All they do is drink all day and spend their last pay at the brothel. I tell you, stay away from them.
Why are the ships no longer coming?
They all say that once the war is over, everything will be like it used to be. That's a load of bilge water. I tell you, a sailor can see when a town's going downhill. A sailor feels that in his blood, and I can tell you, forget about this harbor. Its heyday's over.
I thought it was the captain, but I'm wrong. We'll find the captain sooner or later. Now, these guys are the ship builders.
What are you doing here?
I'm building a ship because I want to get out of here as fast as I can. But the way it looks right now, this ship will never be finished.
Why can't you finish your ship?
Oh, we have thousands of problems. The hull still isn't stable, and it's still missing a lot of boards. But I have hardly any gold left to buy new material with, and the last delivery had bugs in it. My boys don't work productively. One wants a fast ship above all else, the other one is worried about the figurehead. As if we didn't have more important things to do. Also, one of my people is simply not showing up for work anymore. I'm beginning to fear that this will delay the construction even more.
You're one worker short?
Yes, his name is Monty. He's vanished into thin air. That lazy pig is probably living the high life on a farm somewhere. I should never have paid him in advance.
Oh.
I've heard that other people have gone missing too.
Just what I'm saying. That's where the evil starts. Farum, the fisherman, told me something similar. His buddy William is no longer around. I bet that the orcs are behind all this.
Yeah, it's interesting. They throw you in different directions to lure you off the path to see where you have to go.
Why are you in such a hurry?
Soon the orcs will come and burn down the city.
What makes you think that?
Boy, have you noticed the paladins running around everywhere? Why do you think they're here? I tell you, they're here because the orcs will attack soon, and that won't be pretty.
Can I help you somehow?
Yes, you can. Find out what the paladins are planning. I want to know why they're here. And I have to know if the orcs will attack and how far from the city they are. One of the bastards was even seen outside the city. Just bring me all the information you can get. I need to know how much time I have left to finish the boat.
I've got some information about the orcs.
Let's hear it.
They're stuck in the Valley of Mines, and it looks like they're going to stay there. To be on the safe side, the paladins are guarding the pass.
Good. If you find out more, let me know.
I shall.
As to that orc outside of town?
Yes?
Don't worry about him. The city guard is going to take care of him.
Good. If you find out more, let me know.
What's going on at the harbor?
The orcs are breathing down our necks and you're asking about the harbor?
Yeah.
I only wanted to...
The biggest problem we have is that there aren't enough ships in the harbor to get us out of here. To be honest, there's only one ship here, and that belongs to the paladins. They certainly won't let us get out of here with that.
Okay, let's talk to this guy.
What are you doing here?
My name is Brahim. I draw maps and sell them. Since you're new here, maybe you could use a map of the city? It's quite affordable and very useful until you know your way around.
That's very true.
Is it true that some townspeople have simply vanished?
So I've heard, but I'm not sure whether it's really true. Just look around you. Does this rat hole look like the place where you want to spend your golden years? Small wonder that people are getting themselves out of here.
Show me your maps.
We can also steal them. But, whoa, 250! City map of Korinix. I will buy it. Why not? Should I? I'll buy it later. I
Come
want
back
to...
again later. I'm sure to have something new for you then.
We'll want to investigate that lead the fisherman gave us. And he said that if we take this, he said there is a ravine. So we have to swim over there. Now look, fish in the water. But they won't want to attack you. There's the lighthouse there in the distance, but we have to go outside of town. That's an interesting door that we might check out later. Again, another island over there. So this is the place the fisherman was talking. If we go around here, first of all, collect the clams.
Nothing there.
Oh, unlucky. Some of the clams are in the water, so try to be on the lookout. And some of them are right here on the shore. Stone tablet, okay, that's really nice. Spiny clam. Where is the spiny clam? Here. Sulfur. I think sulfur is used for certain potions. Oh, that looks like a meadow. Yoink. That's really nice. Do we have anything else? Another clam.
Nothing there.
Okay. Okay. Pearl. Another pearl. Let's see if we can go inside here. There is also another cove, but that one we'll get to later. I think that's something there. No? Ah, it's a piece of wood, sorry. Another clam. We'll talk to you in a moment. Clam what? I don't know, maybe it's food. Oh, another meadow. If you're gonna use a guide, try to set the things where you've been, because there's a lot of things to tick. I don't remember them all, but I'm just gonna use I'm gonna put it off the top of my mind. Okay, we're gonna take some nice cash from here. Nobody minds. We can also cook there. One more clam. I mean, we gain quite a bit of cash with a bit of patience. A rock crystal. Interesting. These clams are full of surprises. They're like Kinder Surprise. I'm just trying to collect all of them. Ah, clam meat. Okay, okay. And some more fish over here. Yoink. Ah, can't select this other one. This one. Oh, come on. Come on, fishy. It's a bit tricky to see all the things on the ground, but once you've verified everything, it can come in use later on. Now there is another cove right around this corner, but it's not indicated we go there just yet. Oh, more fish. Ah, well, okay,
there
let's
you
stop.
are at last. I've been waiting here for hours.
Oh.
Just a moment. You're not a merchant from town, are you?
No, I'm not.
Where is Baltram?
Ah. Baltram?
Baltram? You're waiting for a merchant?
Smart kid, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's what I just said, isn't it? That good-for-nothing junk merchant seems to have forgotten me. If only I could get my hands on him.
Who are you?
I don't see how that's any of your business. But if you must know, my name is Skip. Does that ring a bell?
Of course not.
Who?
Are you telling me you've never heard of Skip? Holy shit! Where do you live?
Oh, the language is just so beautiful.
Grims's most wanted criminals. Me and my boys have been the scourge of the waters around this crummy island for years. Come on, you must have heard of me.
Nope.
But of course. It's all coming back to me
Sarcasm.
Now. Honestly, you've really heard of me before? Oh shit. And I had been thinking of strolling into town. Good thing I didn't. The militia would have put me in the slammer right away.
Right away.
Where do you come from?
You want to know where our hideout is? If I tell you that, I might as well invite the militia to arrest me.
Logically.
And in case you would like to pay us a visit, it wouldn't help you in the least. The island of Corinus is large, and no one ever gets to where we are anyway. Unless they have a cog or some other ship. And then you'd have to find your way through the cliffs as well. Nobody gets through there unless they know the secret path. There are only 2 people who know the path, and you're not one of them.
A lot of citizens are missing, and everything seems to indicate that you're not quite innocent in the matter.
Damn it. It's not what you think it is. Do I look like a slave trader to you? No, I only transport goods. What they are and where they come from is no concern of mine. We have shipped all kinds of things for those swine. First, it was just regular stuff. Well, sometimes it may have been contraband. But then they started to kidnap the inhabitants of the city. No idea what they're planning to do with them. All we did was ferry them across.
Who are you talking about?
The bandits, of course. Who else? The filthy scum who are making themselves at home all over the island. And not just here, around Corinus.
Just bandits isn't good enough for me. I want a name.
A name? You want to know who's leading the bandits? Damn it! What was that bastard's name again? I just can't recall his name. Even if it wasn't all that complicated. But I can show you where to find the boss of the gang in this part of Corinus. Have you got a decent map?
Oh
no.
Then I guess I'll have to give you a description. There's a very big farm far to the east. The farmer's name is Onar, I think. He's got some fairly large fields. To the south of those fields, there's a small fortress on a high cliff. That's where you'll find your man. I remember his name now. Dexter. Yes, I think they called him Dexter.
Dexter from the first game. Interesting. We've beaten that guy a few times. I think he got a grudge with us.
Where did you take those people?
I already told you. I'm not going to tell you where our bay is.
Well, now we have an idea of who's working and how they're working and what they're doing. I think he's not gonna mind going as... Oh, hammer. Apple. Rusty. Swampweed. Hammer. Torch. More torch. Chest. Another old stone tablet. I think this one we can give to Vartras or something. Nice. So we know where Dexter is right now. I don't have a map, but we know where he is. Oh, look, an apple. Nice. We'll find more apples and we'll eat them at the correct time. I shall see. I think once we reach 64, we're gonna start eating the apples and all of those things. And that should be enough for us to max out everything. Or we could max out strength and then put some extra strength. But I think that would be just a waste, because from what I believe is that once you reach the desired strength for a weapon, the rest are just kind of meh, not doing much. There are other ways to get into the city. We'll keep an eye to this on this door for later on. We can't do anything right now. It's closed, so that's why I'm not going there. And we can't even lockpick it, so that will save us a trip. Now in order to get up here, we just have to go to the pier. And voila! Now we've gotten a piece of very important information. We know that one of the merchants has been working with this guy. So this is what I like about the game. The quests go in between stuff and it makes you interrogate people. There's something interesting here, but we'll get it later. We can't go past the guard. And I might actually ask Lars to take us to Lares. I mean, sorry, to take us to the merchant, to owner's farm, just so we can get some extra experience on the way. But we'll have to sleep. Now, where would be that merchant? That is the question. Is it this merchant? I forgot the name of the merchant. Yeah, it's Baltram, I think.
You're doing business with pirates?
What? Who told you that?
I talked to one of them. He seems to be waiting for you in his bay.
What can you do? These are hard times. Everybody has to look after his own.
Hmm.
Weren't you afraid of getting caught?
That could happen. You found out too, didn't you? But you'll keep your mouth shut, right?
What do you know about the pirates?
They live in a remote part of the island of Corinthus. It can only be reached with a cog or some other ship, as far as I know. The citizens of Corinthus fear them, quite rightly so, for they're nothing but a bunch of nasty cutthroats. Still, if you ask me, they're nowhere near as bad as the Pandas.
That's true.
What is it you're trading?
I mostly supply them with food, and for that, they give me the finest rum that's to be had in Corinthus.
I could take care of this deal for you.
That would be great. I cannot leave Corinthus at the moment. Here, take this package and tell Skip not to be so stingy with the rum this time. It should be at least 3 bottles.
That was all I wanted to know.
Do you have any food?
Show me.
No, nothing that I want. No apples. Okay, we're gonna do this really fast. We could give him into Lord Andres. But as I said, don't rush with the bounties. Unless the game really forces you, but I think you can get some interesting stuff. Oops. Are you going to sell me something new? No, not gonna turn you in. Hop, 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 hop. And we're gonna go jump in the water right here. Keep in mind that you're going under the water when you're jumping, so you have to surface. The moon is up. And funny enough, it's the Earth Luna. From what I can figure. We may spend the night over here. The stars are pretty huge. And squarish sometimes. What was that? Oh, another clam. We missed you, clam. Clam, 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 clam. Where is the clam? Am I blind? Oh, here it is.
Nothing there.
Ah, well. What can you do?
I've got a package for you from Baltram.
What? He's sending me an errand boy? Scared shitless, is he? Oh well, what can you expect from such a puny penny pincher?
He says he wants 3 bottles of your rum in return.
Ha ha, wouldn't he like that? First he makes me wait forever, doesn't even show up in person. Then he has the nerve to make demands. Here, give him 2 bottles. That's enough for him.
Yeah.
Where did you take...
I already told you. I'm not going to tell...
Okay, okay, you're not. Well, the DLC will take us there anyway, so... Oh, we can't sleep? Oh, we can, we can. So we're gonna go and give these bottles. And then we're gonna ask Lars to take us on a little trip, so we gain some extra experience. I know there is a little bit of back and forth, but each trip does gain us something. I just noticed something up there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but all the way... it might be the ship's flag. Or I don't know. Actually never climbed that... Yeah, I think it's the ship's flag. I never climbed this mountain, so I have no clue. And actually we have another guy that will take us to another place, towards the monastery. So we could probably get some experience that way as well, I can't remember. But I think he might run away from fights. So yeah, I'm not sure about that guy. There was somebody here. Well, actually let's do this and then we'll see about that.
I got the rum from Skip.
Yay,
But he gave me no more than 2 bottles.
Damn expensive, that. Who does he think he is? Well, give it here then. I can't give you much for it now. This here's gotta be enough.
Yeah. Never mind. Never mind. We can climb this way as well. Hop. You can climb on the roof there, but there's nothing from what I remember. I think this guy was training something, but I don't know if I can take these bolts. No, he doesn't mind. Maybe that beer? I don't know if he will allow us to take what's in here, though.
I know nothing
okay, never mind.
Locks.
Ruga.
What are you doing here?
I'm training the boys to use a crossbow and help them become a little more dexterous.
Could you train me?
No, I only train the men in the service of the king, nobody else. But we can always use good people. So if you want to join the militia, go talk to Lord Andre.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Now. Pickpocketing is very useful in this game because, as I said, you cannot beat everyone and take their stuff as we did in the previous game. Here you're gonna get wrecked. Everybody hits hard, and when they're swarming you, you have no choice but to run away. And then it's gonna be... you have to pay fines and stuff, so it's really not worth it. So pickpocketing is very useful. You might try, you can avoid it, you don't have to do it. But, you know, keep that in mind. What did I want to do? We could do that thing with the sleep from Zuris, but we still don't know lockpicking, so let's go and do that. Lockpicking is very useful. I'm not gonna give in the quest yet here.
Hey, you! Teach me how to pick a lock.
All you need is a lockpick. If you move it carefully left and right in the lock, you can unbolt the mechanism. But if you move it too much or too fast in the wrong direction, it will snap right off. The more adept you become, the fewer lockpicks you are going to need. That's all there is to it, really.
Interesting. But we only learned the first level, I think.
Can you sell me some lockpicks?
If I have any left.
You have. And we want them. Or do we? That's like 50 gold. Yeah, let's take them. Actually, let's sell this. I could sell some silver rings. Maybe we'll keep them for now, we shall see. Apple tobacco. I think that will be useful later on. Let's see what else can I sell you. Well, we can sell these heavy branches. They're not particularly great, but whatever. Have some daggers, which we definitely do not need. And this short bow. As you can see, they don't have gold anymore, so we can sell them indefinitely. We can sell some of this. I think we can sell this as well, because we're gonna use the one-handed. But this one requires dexterity 20, so... Interesting. We need dexterity 20 to use it. And it does 40 damage, that's really nice. The rusty sword is not useful. I'm gonna sell this. We're gonna try to buff our dexterity with some items if we find them, but we shall see. Really useful sword. These ones are not worth anything. Okay. It's okay. Now what else did I wanna do? Oh yeah, and now basically, let's see, we have 10 dexterity, so we need 20. Picklocks only once? Okay. So we need to learn pickpocketing as well. So we don't have levels on picking locks. On the third game is different, but I kind of like the third game's attempt to picklocking, though it is a bit more simplified. So let's take Lars. I don't know why I call him Lars. And actually, let's see if the guy gives us gold for free.
How's it going?
How much do you want?
What do you mean, how much?
I'm the moneylender and you came to me. What could you want from me? Money, of course.
Of course.
Well, lend me some money.
Sure. How much would you like? I charge 20%.
Ouch. Oh, you can get 1,000 coin. That's 1,200 back. You can get this 1,000 and then just destroy him. I don't know if what Lares told us. What if I gonna go for 1,000? Let's see. I saved anyway. Wait, let me save again, just to be sure.
I'll think about it.
Make up your mind.
I'm not sure we can get it for free, but let's see.
Sure.
1,000 gold coins.
You got a couple of screws loose or something?
Ah.
I'll give you 100. And don't forget, I want it back tomorrow.
And if you're gonna give it back, it's 120.
You always throw your money at people like that?
Don't worry, you'll be back. Otherwise, I'll find you and kill you. It's that simple. You've got such a distinctive mug that it wouldn't take long for me to find you. So don't even think about playing around with me.
Yeah, so let's reload. I don't wanna get his money. He also has some nice gold chalice here and the silver plate, which you could snatch later on. You know, you could snatch it now.
What are you up to?
Oh,
What are
he
you
knows.
sneaking around
Yeah,
here
he
for?
knows. If he knows, he knows. So with the picklocking, we have unlocked everything in the town and we'll sneak and steal like crazy. Maybe even No! Oh no.
No, I'm not headed for the tavern.
Yeah, that's what I would have said. But that isn't important, and that's why we can get straight down to business. Since you're new here, I'll make you an offer. You give me 50 gold pieces, and that's your entrance fee for the...
Ah.
All right, I'll...
Great! And since this went so well, now you can give...
Oh god.
Okay.
Alright, that's enough then. Ever generous, that's me.
Bastard. No, we're going to try to avoid him right now. Because I wanna go with Lars. I wonder, can I sneak into his hut? You could technically do this, but I'm not gonna do it. You could jump in, and it counts as sneaking. Like this. It's too far away. What do you mean it's too far away? Maybe it's the other way? Yeah, they put it the wrong way. Okay, one. So one. Oh my god. Okay, we got a land map of Corinis, 25 gold. That was worth it. So you could technically do this for all the things. I think we could have just sneaked in and gotten the same thing as well. I'm gonna buy that map off of him.
Show me your...
I wanna buy it. So I have the map of Corinis, right? Oh, land map of Corinis, and this one is city map of Corinis.
Come back again later.
Yeah. So the only reason I wanted to buy it is just to show you guys a bit the map. This is how it looks. It's not a very big city, but it is voluminous. And I really like the map style. It really looks nice. And it gives you like some basic landmarks to kind of know where you have to go. Then if we're gonna look at the land map of Corinis, this is where we are, so it's pretty big. We see a big troll over there on the top, but we won't be able to go there right now. And Onar's farm is where the big fields are. And if you see right there on the southeast, there is like this thing, like a tower going up. That's where Dexter is. So he got, like the map is just so beautifully created. It's really wonderful. I love it. Okay, so let's ask Lares to accompany us.
Hey. Okay, let's go.
I cannot leave here until we know more about the missing
you
or
bastard.
someone else takes over my duties.
Who else could take over your duties? That sucks. Yeah, interesting. Okay, then let's do one more thing and then we'll stop there. Let's use that spell that we've been talking about the forgetting spell. Now, once you attack somebody, they're gonna be angry with you, and on sight they're gonna try to attack you again.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
Wait a second. We need to learn create rune, alchemy, forge weapons. So there is no more athletics. I thought there was some athletics. I'm really curious if we can jump from that top to this house. So one way to get there is to do it like so. And from here we have to jump right at the right time, but yeah, it's tricky. It's very tricky. Hop! There we go. Nice. Now we can sneak. And we have the lock picking, so that's really cool. So we have to go around here in the backyard. And that way we do not need to use the sleep spell, so no money. Oh, yeah, we have to kind of not use this. It doesn't allow you, when you're crouching, it doesn't allow you to fall. But if you use, if you stand upright, it will be okay. Okay, so we don't need lockpicking. That's nice. So, a mandible. This is used to create runes. We'll have to have this in our inventory if we want to do that, but I'm not sure we're gonna create. We're not gonna create runes. A hammer. This. And leather armor, finally. Let's see that leather armor. Somewhere. Oh, there it is. So it gives us weapon protection 25, arrow protection 20, fire protection 5. No magic protection, but we look stylish. We can also get citizen clothes, but that have no effect. This is just for style thing, you know? It's just stylish. Just because we have citizen clothes, they won't allow us to go inside the city, the upper city, I mean. And here we could just turn back home. We go down here, bam, and we've stolen everything in that crate. Perfect. Perfect. City quartz. Okay, we're starting to shape up to something. Actually, I think I'm gonna attack somebody else that's alone, since there might be no witnesses to see us. Or maybe the ships might see us. I don't know. We shall see. One of the sons of the farmer here. He should be far away. Now that guy has went away, obviously. He's in the city. There's a little bugger over there. I think I see him, right? Let's see. Can we attack him though? Come to Papa. Are you strong though? Yes, we took him down. Perfect. There's our wolfies. There is also a plant over there that we might want. Let's see if we can snatch it and not fight the wolves. Although fighting these wolves is good. Are they young wolves though? Because if they're young, we can take them down. Let's see. Young wolves, perfect. That means we can get the pelts. Damn you, who taught you to... Uh-oh. We're not doing so well. Run! Run! Run, run, run. Shall not catch me. Oh my god, they're so close. Okay. They left me alone. We're gonna try to take them by bow. If I could just hit something. Why am I going towards him? Okay, good, 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 good. Now we get the wolf skin. That's really nice. Wolf skin again. And let's see what we could use to heal up. We have the spell scrolls, but we can use the stews. And maybe some sausages. Nom nom nom. Perfect. We should keep some of those because they might come in handy. Oh. Berries. Give me those berries. I think nobody sees him, but I'm not sure about the sheep. So we want to use Oblivion, I think. Yeah. After we attack him. So let's see.
Just you wait, you some bitch.
Yeah, he's strong. No, no, no. Okay, just one attack and run away. These farmers are strong. Okay.
Watch it. One more time and I'll slug you one. Just you wait, you some bitch.
No, no, no. Please don't hurt me, sir. I'm innocent. I'm cute. And I'm wonderful. Come on, leave me alone.
Yeah! Run as fast as you can.
I am. No, 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 no. Go away. I want to use the spell on you. Oh.
Yeah! Run as fast as you can.
Okay, calm down. Now let's try to use the spell. I think that worked.
Wait a minute.
Because he's not attacking us. So let's see if it worked. If it worked, that means we get the reward, right? Let's test it really fast. So we don't have to... Well, actually we should talk to Cavalion and then go back. Maybe we get something because we delivered the letter. And then we can go back into the town. We talk to that... I forgot his name. Ignaz? I think it was Ignaz. Or maybe it was Iglesias. I don't know. I run really slow. Do we have any potions for speed? No. That's sad. Well, we work with what we have. Did I check everything up here? Wanna miss on any plans? And if you're thorough with the game and every piece of land, you can collect mostly everything, so it's okay. But we're starting to get some strength. Okay, let's talk to Cavalar.
Hey!
I gave Vatras your
Yay,
letter.
50
I
experience.
didn't expect anything else. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I want to learn your abilities.
Sure. What do you want to know?
One-handed weapon could be very valuable, so let's do that. We could also increase strength. No? Let's see how many points we have at the moment. Learning points 5. Okay, I'm gonna...
Hey!
Wait, actually. So I have 15 strength. One-handed is right now 18. Okay,
Hey,
I'm gonna
you.
learn it.
I want...
Sure.
Oh, that's it? You're not gonna
That's
give
better.
me a speech?
You've forgotten a lot since then. But we'll get it back.
Yeah. So once it passes 30, it will go to 2 LP. So we have to make sure that we go to 29. Nice and easy. Okay. And last trip before we finish this episode. Oh, dark mushroom. I hope it worked, because that would be sad if it didn't. I already used the scroll, I don't want to reload. But it should have worked. As he said, we don't need to knock anyone down to use the scroll. Just get them angry. And angry they were. And next time we're gonna ask Lares to take us around on a tour. I think we're gonna hit a little bit better with the weapon. But we still need strength, so... and dexterity. Well, dexterity we're gonna get it later. Right now I wanna focus on strength and one-handed weapons. I think the game was kind of designed around that, to test your wits. Or maybe it was just a foresight. What happened? Why am I stuck? I heard the doggy there. There are still some moves here and there. You can collect some of their pelts.
That's all just gossip.
Okay, let's take a beeline over here. Maybe I could have gone around that house over there. It was faster. Anyway. Carlito. Okay, Ignaz, that was his name, yeah. Yeah, perfectly.
I used the spell scroll.
Fine. And were you successful?
Yes, it worked.
Perfect.
Excellent. One small success for science, but a big one for me. I can use my time to instruct you in the arts of alchemy. I could also give you some useful things if you want.
Show me those useful things.
Show me your wares.
So, you want to buy this spell scroll, and it's super cheap, it's 200, it's like crazy powerful, and I think there's like 2 of them in the whole game, or 3, I'm not sure exactly. But they're just super overpowered. Obviously, I do not recommend you do that, because it becomes too game breaking. You can also become a ship if you want that for some reason. I'm not sure. Yeah, I was thinking like maybe you can use this for the monastery mission where you have to bring a ship, but when you want to be accepted there. But you can't transform yourself into a ship. Sleep is nice to have around. We actually could take one of these because maybe we'll encounter some guard or something that might stand in our way, and I can't think of anything right now that would stand in our way. Actually, there is one guy, so let's buy it. It's worth buying. Oblivion, this is good. Now we know how it works. We're gonna want these lab water bottles. And look at this. Temporarily boost your speed, but it's 200. It's quite expensive. You can transform yourself into a wog or a shadow beast. Both of them are powerful, but not as powerful as this one. Not gonna buy it, not gonna bother with it. Too overpowered. We're gonna start stealing stuff at night. I'm gonna clean out the place. And I'm gonna go in the surrounding areas, try to clean up some of the wildlife, maybe get... There is an axe in the cave that I wanted to go initially with the mole rats. And that is an orc axe, and we can give it to this guy. So I'm gonna try to collect that, if I'm lucky. And try to get some extra strength. And maybe go up a bit on the circle, on the level, on leveling. We won't learn any magic, I suppose. Yeah, I think we'll be okay for a while. Well, thank you for watching, guys. This was very productive today. We're still small, but we're growing, And we'll have much more fun next time. You guys stay awesome. See ya. Bye 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 bye.